that the mics weren't on from a previous recording that we did.
Yeah, it's Stephen Totilo over here from Kotaku also, and we are looking at the Donkey Kong DLC for Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle on the Switch. This just came out yesterday for Season Pass owners, comes out today for everybody else. And we've been yammering away.
We've been yammering
away.
Works. But yeah, essentially, we can sort of briefly go through everything. So this is a DLC pack that's been available since yesterday for Season Pass owners, like Steven mentioned. Now it's available to everybody. And I am using Rabid Cranky, or was it Rapid Cranky, right?
Yeah.
And he has these really cool abilities. This one, which we mentioned earlier, which you guys didn't hear, it's a long story, so that it will basically put enemies to sleep, which is really, really handy when we're dealing with big bads like those guys who will most likely take me out if they weren't interrupted in that way. So now I am Rabbid Peach, and if you were watching just a second ago, you saw me sort of swing around with Donkey Kong and throw her over here. So I'm going to sort of slide and hit this dude, and maybe I'll go into... I'm not going to have a clear shot on anybody, but...
You don't think you can get the guy all the way on the side there?
No, it's telling me 0%, so...
What if you went right up to the cover?
There you go. That's good. So yeah, we'll do that. So we'll take this guy out, and sort of Rabbid Peach's regular attacks from the main game have sort of carried over. So you have her gun and her little RC car that's explosive.
Her, isn't it?
That's going to hurt her for sure. But I'm going to use the gun instead and just sort of chip away at their HP. And okay, cool. So they can definitely hear us now. That's great. So
as Paul keeps playing through this, I'll just talk us through a bit of what we established and what you've seen if you've been watching from the beginning of the stream. This is an expansion. It takes place as kind of a side story to the main parts of the game. You actually access it separately in the main menu of the game. You have to finish World 1 of the main release that came out last August. And this storyline here involves Rabbid Kong, who's this Rabbids version of Donkey Kong, who you encounter in the battle at the end of World 1, having gone to this new island and kind of taken over. And so you are put into a party of 3 characters: Donkey Kong, making his debut to the game, Cranky Rabbid, who's a variation on Cranky Kong from the Donkey Kong Country series, and then Rabbid Peach, who's coming over from the main game, and you go into things. Rabbid Peach comes back with her moveset that she had in the main game. They all have skill trees that you're going to upgrade throughout this, and weapons you're going to upgrade. But Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky have either they have new sets of abilities, some of which are variations on existing abilities from the main game, others which are brand new. So Rabbid Cranky has this bow, and Paul's upgraded it to this vampire bow that has some kind of a damaged take back as health points. But Rabbid Cranky also has the bomb throw that you saw. But Donkey Kong is the one who really has the special moves, including the abilities that we've been showing throughout the stream of being able to throw cover, throw friendlies, and throw enemies, and have various consequences to that. He has a ground pound, and he has this really cool banana boomerang that can be upgraded. We have it already upgraded to a habanero pepper, which will hit multiple enemies. So we're in this. This is, like you said, the third battle of this expansion, which is supposed to run like 8 hours or something. Is what the developers told me at E3.
That's awesome. So and like we showed off earlier, if you're watching from before, there are these designated platforms that will basically launch Donkey Kong across the map. So he's got a lot of range in terms of where he can go. For example, we're just going to show you what we just finished talking about. I'm going to grab this enemy, swing back over here, and just to get, I'm not sure if we're going to have the range to do it, but let's just go back over here just to show it off. We'll climb up right here, and I'm going to throw his partner there right at him. So it's also fun because he kind of curls him up into a little volleyball, which is really cool. So yeah, there you go. You saw that there. And then, so like we just mentioned, here are his attacks. He can sort of have a melee attack that will attack within his range. And then you also have the pepper that we mentioned, or the banana as it is by default. And then you have this other ability which makes its return from the main campaign, which will sort of attract enemies towards you, so then you can sort of attack them when they're within range.
Yeah, so we're in like a kind of a replay mode. So this is the ability to go back and see earlier chapters, but it has its own adventure and it goes through. You did a boss battle already?
I did a mid-boss battle. Yeah, it was actually Rabbid Kong, the main enemy in the game so far, and that's where I stopped. I think after this I'm gonna start to head into another main area, but I think it's comprised of 6 levels so far. Got a perfect. Actually better than my first try, so that's pretty dope. And then I'm going to show off the skill tree and the weapons in just right now from what I've seen so far.
Yeah, there's something I found. The game's fun and it's well made, but I feel like it's still a little bit slight in that. Yes, there's an upgrade tree, a skill tree that you can upgrade, but just being able to get better and better versions of essentially the same weapons for each character, it felt like a little bit limited. Like I look with envy at the complexity that's in some of the XCOM games,
Sure.
the recent releases that I haven't devoted the time to play through, and I'm kind of wishing one of those would come to the Switch because I feel like, I mean, I play games on all consoles. I don't play as much on PC, really none since my kids were born. And so for the last year or so, like I've been very much just console based and haven't had the time for the XCOM stuff. Was hoping for something like that here on this platform, and there's smart level design, but I wish there was a little bit more complexity to the progression in the world, to the way that the decisions you're making on a micro level might affect kind of macro level conditions in the world. And there isn't really much of that. I mean, clearly I should just be playing XCOM 2 if I'm looking for that. But on a pure gameplay level, the game is rock solid, right?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's a very obvious, like, simplified version of that, but there is definitely like a complexity there still. And in terms of not being able to, I guess in this DLC pack, so from what I can tell so far, you only have access to Peach, or Rabbid Peach rather, and sort of the way you sort of go about, instead of getting other weapons, you sort of switch out characters who have different weapons. So you can sort of pick Luigi, who has a sniper rifle, or Rabbid Peach, who has more of like a shotgun thing. So yeah, here's just like sort of the weapons you can sort of upgrade to. Eventually, I can literally just throw a fish. That's pretty cool.
Throw a phone.
I can throw a phone. That's pretty cool. And then his secondary weapon, which is just his fist, these hands. And then Rabbid Peach also has her secondary and primary weapons you can upgrade, and each one, as you can see here, will have different attributes to them. So they'll have bonus hit damage, honey damage, which is what I showed off earlier, which will sort of glue enemies in place so they can't move, push damage, which will knock enemies away, and things like that. So there is a sort of cool little balancing act there that you can play within different types of characters, so you can sort of mesh, just complement each other really well. And then you got your skill tree. It's pretty standard. It's a very like a simplified version from the original one, split up into the different categories: movement, attack, technique, and other, which are basically just like your health and things like that. So you can upgrade how far Donkey Kong can move, for example, or his the range for his Overwatch ability, which is called Hairy Eye damage, or Hairy Eye for whatever reason.
Here I am complaining that the game isn't complex enough, and I'm sure if the developers were listening, they'd be like, "Are you kidding? Look, like we have factored in all these various upgrades and different characters and everything like that." I mean, no doubt, there's a depth here that this is beyond just being some completely beginner's tactics game.
For sure.
It's just that when it's the only one on the platform, basically, we don't have a Fire Emblem yet. I know Fire Emblem is a bit of a different series. But I'm just looking for more. Also, while I'm just like making my annoying complaints and being a grump, like, when did it become canon that Donkey Kong has to have a tie all the time?
Yeah, that's weird. It is kind of weird.
I hate the tie look, and he's just had it he's had it for far too long.
Right. Are you gonna start a campaign of like, let's lose Donkey Kong's tie?
Well, I mean, I have a whole Donkey Kong thing because I'm just not like
not a fan.
Donkey Kong is a bad guy, fine, but I don't know, the rehabilitation of Donkey Kong. I'm just not comfortable with it.
I got you.
Too much civility, as they say.
Sure. But in this game, he's great. I love Donkey Kong in this game. And so here, let's just show off this real quick. Hopefully I'll burn him again. Nope.
I do really like the boomerang move. I think that's great.
It's really, really cool, especially when you can sort of chain multiple enemies. Like I've gotten like 3 enemies in a row, and it just feels so good.
As far as we can tell, you can't bring him into the main campaign, right?
I don't think so. I haven't tried it out, but I don't think
there's
you
some bonus
can.
when you unlock everything or something.
That'd be kind of cool.
And this is actually like it's good to see. Sizable expansions coming to the Switch. One of the things I was concerned about when they announced the platform and its storage, which is not great, was that I don't remember what the default storage is, like 32 gigs or something like that.
32.
And some of it is used by systems stuff, so it's only like 20 something.
Mm-hmm.
That was going to really limit the amount of expansions and stuff. I know some people they don't like DLC at all, right? And they feel like it's always being withheld from the main game. Given it took about, I don't know, almost a year for this DLC to come out, I don't think anybody's suspecting that it was held back from the main game. But still, I wouldn't have expected there to be large expansions possible on this platform, just again because the lack of size offered. But just this month alone, we have this big expansion being offered for this Mario Rabbids Ubisoft game. We have Nintendo themselves doing the big single-player expansion, Octo expansion to Splatoon 2.
Yeah, right.
We had the big Breath of the Wild expansion in December for called Champion's Ballad, and it's nice to see. And I'm hopeful that that a lot of these signature Switch releases continue to get some big support and love from the people making them months down the line, because it is nice when you're playing this game, you play this game through, and then suddenly like there's something whole new to play on it, and then it's not a limitation of the platform to not have this stuff.
Yeah, and it's like it's not only just like more of the game itself, but it's like new ways to move around the map and new ways to sort of chain weapon hits together. So it's like it's a nice little addition to the main campaign, the main game, especially if you enjoyed it like I did. So the cool thing is we've seen this in the actual campaign, but there will be some other objectives that you have to do on the map. For example, this one you have to sort of destroy these bananas that are on the map. So it requires a bit more of strategy in terms of like who goes where, who distracts who. In this case, I'm going to launch Donkey Kong over here and just sort of bug. Actually, I don't even have to wake that guy up for now. I can just sort of start to chip away at the damage for the bananas.
You've played this game mostly in handheld mode, the main game? You said you played through it?
Yeah, mostly on my commutes and like in bed. Just like a nice way to just chill.
Is this because I ride this New York City subway as you do? I don't think we take the same line, but I find that my Switch playing on the subway is very much affected by whether or not I can get two hands free and proper balance.
Oh, for sure.
But this is a slower game. So
right.
Can you do it with holding on to the subway and just playing one hand, or you still need the two hands?
I think you still need the two hands because you need to move around with the left stick and you got to kind of move the camera with the right. So it's definitely a game that demands both hands.
And you can't use touch.
You cannot use touch, which is kind of a bummer, actually. I never actually thought about it until just now. The cool thing, that is a cool thing I saw in the Pokemon trailer that's coming out. You can play that game with just one Joy-Con, which is pretty cool.
Because they map the controls to that Pokeball thing, and that is essentially a single Joy-Con. Mm-hmm. So they want you to be able to do everything with just the one hand. Yeah, so the one of the things that returns from the main campaign that I didn't talk about earlier that is not my favorite thing are the environmental puzzles. So after we finish this battle, maybe if we have time, I'll show off or can I just actually quit? Let's return to the washing machine just so I can show off a little bit of this. So you kind of got an idea for what the battles look like. But in the main campaign, there were these environmental puzzles that required like pushing blocks or pushing buttons. And they weren't my favorite thing to do, especially after like a long stretch in the game. You found them annoying.
I found them kind of annoying, yeah. Like it's not why I'm here to play the game. I'm here to play some light XCOM and then get my strategy on. And then they weren't like necessarily every once in a while they were like required for you to continue to play the game. But sometimes like I just am such a completionist nowadays that I have to get every little puzzle piece, which in this game is the thing that you're sort of hunting for. So this is me backtracking through the level that I just played, just to give you an idea of. Also, I just want to say I love the way the game looks.
Yeah, I mean you're dogging the puzzles, but
yeah,
I liked being in this non-battle part of the overworld.
Interesting.
Just to see the environment around, right? There's stuff going on, and whether it's in the DLC or it's in the main game, which I at least played through that one world of, I found that just the surroundings are really great.
Yeah, for
no matter
sure.
Where.
And
you have to push some blocks, and I was like,
you gotta push blocks. You have to like push. Well, camera changes there. You have to do a bunch of different. Like this was one puzzle, for example, that I was just like, ugh, just get it over with. Yeah, that was a puzzle. You have to sort of switch these things, and then have to match the thing to their corresponding image, and then there's a bonus one if you want to get whatever's in that. If you want to, I guess, be fired off in that barrel to some other bonus stage.
Did you do that?
I didn't do it yet.
Let's do it now.
Oh man,
can we do it?
This amounted to me. I think it was this morning, just literally flipping things.
So how would we know? Oh, so what do we have to do? We have to get one of them lit up.
We have to get I think all of them off. So based off of the single.
No. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. We can do this.
You think we can do this?
Yes.
All right. I had a hard time with this one. That's why I didn't do it. So I don't know.
Nothing's changing. Wait. What?
I don't know what.
Why is there a red strike through in some of it?
So that makes me believe that we have to not Oh man, see, this is why I quickly moved on once I opened the door. I feel like
We have a lot of them. Can I try?
yeah,
Can I
please,
try?
please, if you can do this, that would be great. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments or
Look at
tips
that.
in the
I
chat.
got it down to 2 already. I got it down to 1. Come on.
There you go. Welcome to my hell. But yeah, I mean, they're fine. Some of the environmental puzzles were fun to do. They were like pretty cool ways to interact with the world, and I always sort of stop and hit A on whatever's happening in the world, like the funny little rabbit stuff happening. But sometimes they just felt like, I don't know, I could do without them, or at least less of them.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening here because it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, that's why I don't even know how I got the doors open in the first place. I just sort of hit A on each one until all the torches were lit, and then the doors were open.
Oh, okay. I think I see it now. Okay, so these symbols represent the body of this totem. So
Right.
moving the mouth, moving the eyes, moving the head. Okay, and it's telling us that in order to illuminate the there's something about the first one. Looks like it's some combo of.
So do we have to like not do what they're telling us to do on those signs?
No, it's telling you. Like it's saying over here that if the heads are the same, that one will be lit up, right? So let's just check that. Yeah. So the heads are. Well, the heads are not the same. So, just the mouths. It's telling us, I guess, if the mouths are the same,
that
one will be lit up. So we want to create we want to make sure the mouths are different. Okay.
Okay.
And then this second one is saying something about. I don't know what's causing that one to be lit up.
I think that's the top.
I don't know if it's it's saying as long as this thing is appearing, that's this totem that has the dots. So we have to turn that totem off. Okay, so we've done that. And then this one is saying that if the eyes move to the right or something, then the top right one will be off.
Oh my God, I think you've done it.
So then, I don't know. This one is saying it can't have the circle mouth.
So it needs to have it. There you go.
No. Oh, wait.
No,
that one to be off needs to have that. So this one needs to be circle mouth and even eyes, right? So circle mouth.
I'm so excited right now.
And has to be
the other one. One more.
No, that's it. So I did that one wrong.
No, this one.
Okay, so then we just have to figure out why this one. We're close.
How about hit that one again, and then change the eyes on the right one now. I don't know. Bring it back to the one you just.
It's saying the right one has to have the eyes.
Right. So
we want to get this one off this, right? Actually, let me just. So this one. So we need the right eyes combined with that mouth, which means that we need this one to be this thing and the squiggly mouth. And then
change the eyes.
Change the eyes on this one to what?
Just not those. Oh, you did it!
There you go.
Oh my God. Christmas has come.
I love puzzles and games.
Nice, you did it. So I'm just gonna give you all the environmental puzzles in this one so you can do them for me.
Now I have to do this in my own copy. So let's see what we get for that.
Well, you figured it out, so you know. There you go. It's practice run.
Where are we? What is this?
This is uncharted territory for us. Oh, it's just a treasure chest.
More environmental puzzles.
Great.
Can we do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it live.
I know I need to get back to work, but...
No, it's cool.
I'm being timed?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, you have 44 seconds. The music.
I don't know. I pushed that barrel over, but I don't know what that does for us.
Let's just keep it. Yeah, let's keep going. Oh, there you go.
This is its own weird puzzle. Because now we have to get...
Yeah, this is kind of my nightmare. Let's hit that one. Yeah, there we go. Now you got to push that barrel.
Push it back.
Push it again.
Pushing it. And then...
Swing back around. Other way. 13 seconds. We almost got it. Hit that. Oh, we can totally do this.
Okay, you want to do it?
Yeah, we can do this.
All right.
Okay, I feel good about
It's
this.
actually not a very complex puzzle. Once I realized what it was, because there was actually no backtracking required whatsoever.
It's just like keep moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
and also enjoy this awesome music from Donkey Kong. Here we go. There we go. Wait, what? What did I miss?
No, you're right. You're right. And then you push it back. It's that you never have to backtrack to an earlier elevator pad.
Right.
So once you have it pushed as far as you can in the tracks, you hit the next banana pad, and then you do more pushing. I think you're going to platinum this.
Oh, yeah. Look at me now, environmental puzzles. Give it to me.
This is going to be great. This is going to be the best reward ever.
Oh, yeah. It's
Sonic is going to be in the treasure chest.
What is it? It's just a...
Wait.
Oh, it's a new secondary weapon for Rabbid Peach.
Okay.
That was worth it. It was
If
super
you say
worth
so,
it.
let's see how much more powerful it is.
All right, let's check it out. Let's get the hell out of here.
You can't just pause and go to the battle HQ?
I guess I could have. Oh. Okay, let's see.
Or weapon select. There you go. So let's see how much more powerful this is.
Oh. All right.
Is that... Wait, you still have to buy it?
Still have to buy it. They give me the
Oh,
opportunity.
you haven't bought
to
any
buy.
weapons. Look at this.
No, I have. I bought this one.
You have 2,683 bananas.
Oh yeah, I've been kind of doing my thing since we
Miserly.
started playing. Yeah, yeah. I've been saving up money here. Yeah, so I'm gonna totally buy that one. It's got more. It's got more of a.
It's not that much better than what you have. It only has a...
It just has push damage now.
It gives you damage bonus to mid bosses. So maybe that's advantageous.
That's pretty good. But for that, at this price, I might as well get the 750 one.
That's how they do it to you
That's
when
how
you
they
go
do it.
shopping, right?
Oh, man, just
You say, "Oh,
for a quarter
I
extra.
came into the store for this, but for
Yeah.
75 more bananas,
Yeah.
I could have all these other bullet points.
You want to supersize
I
it?
could have HDR plus, not just
Ooh.
HDR. I go up to 8K.
Might as well. You know what?
They've got 8K videos on YouTube now. And I'm like, I just got a 4K TV.
Just
Come
got a
on, what are
4K.
they
You
doing?
gotta-
What are they doing to me,
gonna
Paul?
double it. Yeah, but that's pretty much everything. I think we kind of covered it all.
Yeah, so this is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Donkey Kong Adventure, DLC, $20. Right? $20?
20. Yes, $20.
$20, and supposedly 8 to 10 hours of expansion stuff. We don't know for sure because we haven't played through it. But new characters, new abilities, and therefore the battles have a little bit of a different flow. And Paul loves the base game, played it all the way through. And so far, you feel about this?
I'm digging it. I'm digging it so far. I've only done the first 6 stages and the first mid boss, but so far it's just more of the same with really cool abilities with new characters. So
And not just Donkey Kong, but Rabbid Cranky, who may be the secret star of the show.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's it. So we'll see you around. Bye.
Later.